All right, good morning, good morning. I saw we got Deb hopped on here. Good morning. Let's see, we'll wait about 1 minute. Make sure everyone can hop on. There she is. Good morning. And we got co-coach in the background. Deb, how are you this morning?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. Had a full week, first week back with the fresh eyes, going well. So we'll jump right into it. We got full 10 round type of day. And yeah, I'm just gonna put you on mute and we'll jump right in. First things first, we'll get it warmed up. So 1 second here, just gonna mute you. Alrighty, perfect. So we'll stand it on up and we'll get started with our warm up. We got no time to waste, having a strong Friday morning. So first thing, we're going to start with some leg swings up and across, bringing the opposite hand to the opposite toe. Just trying to open up this hip, get our bodies up, we're standing. And then we'll switch it out to the other side, up and across here. Perfect, just like that. Nice and easy. And then last one. Next movement, we're going to tap our heel, reach down, pull that toe towards your shin, and we'll be alternating sides. Focus is on our hamstrings as well as our calves when we reach down towards the toe. We got last one there. Next, we're gonna crisscross one leg in front of the other, and then reach down towards the back foot. This one will hang out at the bottom for about 10 seconds, getting into that lower back, just getting out of bed. And then we'll stand it on up. We'll crisscross, other side, reaching towards the toes, specifically towards the back foot. You'll get a little bit more into that lower back that way. We'll stand it on up, and then we'll grab one knee, and we have some knee hugs, alternating, pulling the knee in towards the chest. So alternating sides here, trying to get into the front of these hips. There we go, one more on each side, pulling it in super close. Then we're gonna grab the outside of the shin. We have our knee cradles, trying to get that shin parallel with the floor. And you'll feel that all through the sides of the hips here. There we go, we'll do one more, trying to pull that leg nice and high. Next one, we got our quad stretch. One arm up, grab your foot, and pull your heel to your butt. We'll go a little slower on these ones here. Keeping our hips tucked, and switch. One of my favorites all down the front of the leg here. Feeling good to get all the angles. We got one more on each side here. Still keeping those knees close. And last one. Beautiful. Next, we're gonna have our feet nice and wide here, side to side, reaching down towards the toe, sending the hips down and back, and think about pushing the floor away. Perfect. Last one there, and let's come on down into a high plank down on our mat. We're going to step one foot through, keeping the back leg locked out, and I'm super psyched. I got a new yoga mat. It has my name on it. And it says, always grateful, which is how you should start every day, a little bit of gratitude. And we'll step it through. Then we're gonna twist towards the front leg, lift the hand, twisting as far as we can. Then we'll do one more on the other side, stepping through, twist, reaching towards the front leg. There we go. And then we'll stand it on up. We got just one more for the lower body. Big step back as far as we can. Exhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. And then one more big step back. Back knee down, chest tall, reaching on up. And we'll get into our upper body coming up next. Coach Joe, come on over here. He's being crazy. He's on top of the headboard. Next one, we'll do fingertips pulling towards the floor. And gently tilt your neck side to side. Pulling the ear towards the shoulder, getting into that neck and the upper back. We'll do one more here. Then we're gonna look to the right and look to the left, still pulling those fingertips down. And then last one here. Final one for the neck. We got chin down, super gentle, and chin back. And then one more, nice and gentle, chin down, and chin back. Then we're gonna get into our shoulders coming up. Some nice slow arm circles up and back here. Trying to keep that elbow locked out. And then we'll reverse directions. We'll do 2 circles forwards. And other side, reaching up and back here. There we go. We got 1 more circle back. And then 2 circles going forwards. Excellent. Arms up straight by the ears. Just a couple more for the warm up. Some small, fast circles going backwards. We'll start to make those arms out to the sides until they're all the way down by the sides. And then reverse directions back up to the top. Small, fast circles here. Very nice. Final 2 for the warm up. Arms to the side. Flip the whole shoulder upside down, reaching the arms apart. And switch, flip the whole shoulder, reach the arms away. 1 more on each, pulling those arms even further apart. And last one. And then my favorite, final 2, we'll do 2 side bends each way. Exhale, reach it all the way over. We're stretching the lat all the way down through the lower back. And we'll switch, exhale, big reach across. 1 more on each side, feeling that all the way even down through the hips too. And 1 final rep here. All right, 1 second. I gotta take Joe off the top of the headboard here. All right, crazy kitty. He's like clawing the headboard. Alrighty, so we have, as always, 4 different circuits. Each of those circuits will have 4 exercises performed for 30 seconds each. We will take a 30-second rest in between rounds. Our first 2 circuits, we're going to do 3 rounds through, and our last 2, just 2 rounds. So in terms of the movements, I'm going to demonstrate all 4 of them, the 4 advanced movements, then some modifications. And then as a heads up, I'll actually be doing the modifications because I'm still slightly recovering from surgery, but I'll always remind you of what all the options are. So just watching me first, our first movement, we're going to go into a tempo prisoner squat. We've been alternating these back and forth each week. So we just got that slow tempo squat, tall chest, and then tucking and squeezing at the top. Exercise number 2, we're going into a lateral shuffle with some fast feet. So whatever pace you can go, keeping the feet wide, side to side, just being careful with the knees. So going at our own pace. Exercise number 3, we have a low plank down on the elbows, but you're going to rock yourself front to back by pushing forward on those toes. If you ever need to, you can drop down to the knees. So it's almost like you're rolling onto your tiptoes and then pushing your calves back. And then our final exercise, our sprawler, this is the one that will have a couple options here. Option 1, we're gonna go from a high plank, jump it through to the bottom of a squat, jump it back. Option number 2, I'll be doing this one, step it through, lift the chest, and step it back. And another alternative here, we can be down in a low plank and pulse it out. So 3 options for the last one, but mostly we'll be going from that high plank, Joe, into that movement. We're gonna start in 5 seconds with that tempo squat. 3, 2, 1, here we go, round 1. Slow tempo prisoner squat. Fight and keep that tall chest. Keep on moving through there. Hips are back. We're like an elevator, nice and slow. Up and down. Nice job there. Knees tracking wide over the toes. Final rep here. And we go right into that lateral shuffle. Exactly. I'm gonna go at a slower pace here as well. Basically, I'm not supposed to sweat with my eyes, which is challenging to do when you're pushing yourself, but we've been doing well so far with the modifications this week. There we go, just like that, pushing the hips back. 10 more seconds here, and then we're into that low plank, front to back rock. Good pace, Deb, nice work. And down on those elbows. Low plank, front to back walk, or rock, I should say. Pushing the toes forward and then pressing the heels back. Trying to keep those hips nice and low. There we go. We got 10 more seconds down here. Pushing through the toes. And you get a nice stretch for the calves as well. Excellent. Last one. Then we're into our sprawler high plank. Jump or step it through into the bottom of a squat. Otherwise, you could stay, yeah, looking good, exactly. Making sure we come all the way down into the high plank, hips will be low. And it's kind of a nice stretch for the hips as well to get in this super low squat. We got just 10 more seconds here. Jumping or stepping through, pick the chest tall. Last one, and a rest. All right. And I'll tell you too, one thing I like to practice what I preach. So if there's ever a day that you usually do the advanced version and you feel like not feeling great and you want to modify, just doing that is going to be much better for your body than trying to overdo it. So as the coach, being humble, even the coach modifies. Little lesson there. Going into round two. Here we go, back to that tempo squat, right into it. Hips are back, pushing the butt back. Beautiful. Nice work here. I like to keep my elbows wide. That'll help keep that nice tall chest. And tucking and squeezing those hips at the top. Beautiful here. We'll get about one more rep in before that lateral fast feet. Yes, and then right into pretty much same stance as the squat. Keeping those feet wide. And the more we push our hips back, the more you're going to feel those glutes through the back of the legs and through the back of the glutes. Exactly. And if you guys are doing the more advanced version, you're going fast. Round two, try to pick up the pace a little bit than from round one. Otherwise, right here with me, same steady side step. Last one, and we're right back down to those elbows, into that low plank, front to back rock, pressing the toes forward, and then pushing the heels back. Still trying to keep those hips low, and those shoulders should be just over the elbow and then just behind the elbow as you rock front to back. We got one last rep here, and we'll go right into that sprawler, jumping or stepping, picking up that chest, and right back down. Try to alternate which leg you're stepping if you're doing the stepping variation. Otherwise, if you're jumping, pick that chest up the second those feet get outside the hands. There we go. One last rep here. And time. All right, just flying on through there. And we've got just one more round of that first circuit. Already feeling good. No better way to start your morning with a nice workout. Get it done first thing. All right, third and final set. Best set here. 3, 2, 1, start squatting. Hips back. Perfect, nice tall chest. Tuck and squeeze at the top. Excellent there, taking our time on that way down. We got 15 more seconds to go. Very nice here. One final rep for this tempo squat. All right, into that lateral shuffle, fast feet. Staying nice and athletic, keeping the feet wide, even though we're sidestepping, keeping that wide stance to make sure we're still getting into those glutes. Halfway through here. There we go. Staying low, pushing the hips back. Final 10. Very nice here. Keeping it moving. Last step. Right down into that low plank. Here we go. Hips stay low. Low as we can. Pressing front to back. I love this one because you can really feel that movement. Just kind of gets that little extra engagement through the core. A little subtle variation makes it just that much more challenging. Almost there. We got less than 10. Stay low in that plank. 3, 2, 1. Final 30 for this round. Into that sprawler. If you're doing that jumping variation, try to go a little faster. Get one extra rep. The second those feet get outside the hands, pick them up right off the floor. Nice tall chest. We got 10 seconds, about 2 more reps to go. Picking that chest up tall. Last rep. And time. Woo! I'm slightly sweating on this first round, which is okay, as long as you don't get sweat in the eyes. Excellent work there. Definitely getting progressively more challenging each and every week. So speaking of which, we're gonna go into some upper body. We have one new movement this week. So our first movement, first couple are gonna stay the same. So exercise 1, this one really focused on the posture here, super important. We got chest down, thumbs up, some bent over T-raise, focusing on the back of the shoulder. Take your time there, no rush at all. Exercise number 2, we're going into, this will be our new one, push up to alternating shoulder tap. So either up on the feet, your feet will be about the width of your mat. Push up, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. Option 2, down from the knees. Push up, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. And if you need to, you can even elevate those hands up onto 2 yoga blocks. Exercise number 3 and 4. Exercise 3, we have our Superman, arch it up, squeeze the upper back, and then back to that T-raise, just like the first movement. And then our final exercise, just like we did, we added this one last week, high plank swimmer, which is a good one for our core as well as our shoulder mobility. So high plank here, alternating sides. If we have any sort of wrist stuff going on, instead for that one, you're gonna do a bent over swimmer, just focused on the shoulders because we got a lot of core anyways throughout class. So that last one, you'll just stand it up and like you're waving for help overhead, but super slow. So thumbs up, flex, if we're ready to flex for circuit 2. Yes, we got 3 rounds. Start with the bent over T in 3, 2, 1, here we go. This circuit's a little bit more smooth and controlled with the upper body. I like to start, get the heart rate going, slow it back down for upper, and then the next one we'll pick it right back up. But for now, nice and smooth and strategic here. Thumbs up to the sky, making sure we have a straight line from our head to our tailbone. We got 1 last rep, and we're down to push up to alternating shoulder tap. Here we go. Feet should be wide about mat width. Push up, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. And the goal here is to keep those hips nice and level. I just dropped down to the knee variation here to make sure I've got perfect form. I would rather perfect form from down on the knees than anyone struggling from up on the feet. We got 1 last rep here. And then we're face down. We got that Superman. Arch it up, squeeze the upper back, and then lift the thumbs to the side. Reverse it back to the bottom. We should only get about 4 or so reps here. Doesn't take much. Another one focused on the posture on that upper back. Beautiful. Let's go 1 more rep, and then we're on to those swimmers. Lift the chest, squeeze the back, thumbs out, either in the high plank with me or bent over at the waist, just like we did for that first T raise. Exactly, yep, just like that. Perfect, reaching behind your back and then waving overhead, just like you're waving for help. But we don't need help, we got this. We got 10 seconds here, alternating on these swimmers, pressing the hand through the floor. Last 3, 2, and time. All right, quick 30 seconds there. Slow, but definitely challenging. Whoop. I got like one crazy hair, like Ace Ventura hairs this morning. We got 10 seconds. Be into that bent over T. All right, round 2, 3, 2, 1. Bent over, and we'll be halfway through after this set. Flying through this morning. Lifting those thumbs high to the ceiling. Super smooth as you pull those thumbs apart. Beautiful, we've got 10 more seconds here. Thumbs are super vertical towards the sky. Last rep, and then right down into that push up to alternating shoulder tap. Our new one this week, hips are forward, push up, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. On those shoulder taps, you should be feeling those obliques through each side as we fight to keep those hips level. There we go. Good morning, Joe. Come on over. He's coming. Come on down. We got one last rep, flat on that stomach, into that Superman or Superwoman. Lift the chest, squeeze the back, lift the thumbs. I want you to squeeze your upper back as hard as you can when you drive those elbows down, and try to keep your neck as long as possible. We got Co-Coach Joe coming in. Oh, almost there. Last rep, and then right into those swimmers. Here we go. Either standing up or in the high plank. Down with me. Feet should be extra wide on these. There we go. Ah. Keep it going there. Almost. We got final 10 seconds. Taking your time on the swimmer portion. Almost. 3, 2, and time. Okay, Coach Joe. Does anyone have any kitten advice? Because he's an angsty teenager lately. This guy. Coach Joe needs some good coaching. He's all crazy. We got 10 seconds. Last set for upper body. Into round 6, back half of the workout. Here we go. Last set in 3, 2, 1. Bent over, T raise. Right to the side here. Thumbs up, keep it smooth. Think about you're trying to scrape your knuckles against the ground. That's how much we're reaching apart here. Exactly, just like that is great. Perfect pace, Deb. We got one last rep, and right down into those push-up to shoulder taps. Hips forward, elbows back, 45 degrees. Shoulder tap, shoulder tap. I also like this variation because it makes the push-ups a little bit more manageable because they get a little bit of a rest when you do that shoulder tap. So if you're struggling with push-ups, try to put one movement in between so that you're able to get more quality reps in. Last rep there, and right down on the stomach, we got that Superman or Superwoman. Last one here. Squeeze the upper back, lift the thumbs, and then back to the top. You can exhale as you squeeze those arms back, or building a nice strong back here. Last 10 seconds, we'll get about 2 more reps in. Beautiful, last one. Lift the chest. Excellent, final 30 into those swimmers. Whether we're up in the plank or standing up, still working that shoulder mobility, shoulder health, all encompassing workout. We got cardio, we got legs, we got posture, we got mobility, we got core, we got it all. Almost there. We got 10 seconds, all very strategically placed. Almost. We've got 3, 2, and time. Excellent there. Those were definitely challenging. So 1 second here, and I'll show you our next one. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I have a runny nose. I'm like, I can't breathe. This is tough. Okay, that's a little bit better. So going into circuit number 3, we have just 2 rounds. So you're really gonna make these 2 rounds count. So our first movement, we're going into a split squat with 2 pulses at the bottom. The first round, we're going to do one side. The second round, we'll do the other side. 1 foot in front of the other, double pulse, trying to stay as vertical as we can. Exercise number 2. This one, we have a couple different options. The advanced version is going to be crisscross the feet, drop into the bottom of the squat, crisscross drop, crisscross drop. Otherwise, with me, I'll be doing a side-to-side squat, making sure we're not stepping super far. Yep, exactly, just a small step, like a lateral step. Then, going into exercise number 3, we have a high plank, side to side, foot tap, or if you want to, you could do low plank, side to side tap, and then, our final exercise is butt kickers. We have 2 options. The advanced version, running butt kickers. I'll be doing the modification, which is just a marching butt kicker. Here we go, thumbs up, 2 sets. We're going to crush it, starting with the split squat, 2 pulses at the bottom in 5 seconds. We'll stay on the same leg the whole 30 seconds and start moving. Double pulse, press straight up through the floor. Yes, just like that. I don't care how low we get, just focus on staying nice and vertical, squeezing the back glute as you pulse at the bottom. Beautiful. Build in both legs here. Equal work for each side. We got 1 last rep, and we're going into that crisscross drop squat. Here we go. Either that side-to-side step or crisscross, drop it down. I'll be doing exactly that, side-to-side, just that little squat. There we go. Exactly. Making sure as we step, even though we're moving laterally, once we step, then we go straight down. Perfect. Keeping those knees nice and safe. 3, 2, 1, down into the high or low plank, side to side tap. Either way, we're working the same muscles here. The high plank is a little easier to move the foot. Low plank, more challenging, but less pressure on the wrists if we had any wrist stuff going on. So keeping those hands or elbows directly beneath the shoulders. We got 5 more seconds until butt kickers. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We got butt kicker, run or step. Running, I'll be stepping. And if you're not kicking your own butt, I'm gonna kick your butt for you. You're welcome. There we go, perfect. Bringing the heel up to the butt. Either way, we both get a little bit of hamstrings here by driving that heel up. Final 10, final 10. Perfect, go work. Almost, in 3, 2, time. Beautiful there, excellent. 1 more set, we are just crushing this strong Friday. All right, little caffeine, little kitty. Come here, Coach Joe. All right, Joe, we got our last set. Cat press, into cat good mornings. No, just kidding, we're on to that other side split squat. 3, 2, 1, straight up. Double pulse, straight down. Keep the tall chest. Squeeze through that back glute. Very nice here. 10 seconds to go. Final set on this side. Last circuit for legs. One final rep. And we got that crisscross drop squat or that side to side step. Yes, there we go, Deb. Nice job. Come on, Joe, let's go. We got a squat. There it is. 15 seconds here until we're into that core. Here we go, Joe. Let's do it side to side. Keep it moving. Little extra weight. Yes. We got one last step. And down to that high plank. Side to side tap. Getting into these obliques here. You'll notice a lot of the stuff we do really gets into those obliques, the side of the core, which is super important to make sure that we're getting all the parts of the core, which will not only help get that six pack, we're helping with any back pain, anything like that as well. Last rep, final set of these butt kickers, running or stepping. You can have a slight lean forward as long as that chest is staying tall, so that you can keep that knee under the hips and drive that heel up to your butt. Woo. See guys, I'm doing the quote modified and I'm sweating, I'm out of breath. So no shame in dropping down to the modified version. Last one and time. All right, so good there. Feeling good to start the morning. I'm gonna turn this AC down. Sweating in here. Okay, final circuit. Oh, another new one. Okay, so fun one here. So like I talked about in that second circuit, coordinating the push-up with a secondary movement as a strategy to get better at push-ups. So our next one, we have a push-up into a mountain climber. So same idea, same exact thing. We got, oh, Joe, watch out. We got push-up, mountain climber, mountain climber. You can also do that from the knees, push up. Then you would just pick the knee up for the mountain climber version. If we're having any wrist stuff, if that's sore, instead, you're just gonna do almost like a flat back mountain climber, flat on your back. Exercise number 2, we're actually gonna be in this exact position, fingertips facing forward, hips up, elbows straight back. We got tricep dips, just a small dip because we wanna protect the shoulders. Exercise number 3, challenging one here. So a couple options. Option 1, we have bear plank, hand to foot tap, touching the opposite hand with the opposite foot. An alternative there, pretty much all the same things, but from the back, you're gonna do an alternating dead bug, reaching the opposite arm and the opposite foot. So just think about the movement, but flipped on its back. And our final exercise, we have a no push-up burpee, jumping or stepping, so the advanced version. Jump it back, jump it up. I'll be doing the alternative version, which is just gently stepping to a high plank, stepping it up, and standing tall. So we got 2 strong rounds to go. We're gonna start in 20 seconds. Gonna take one more sip here. And we're starting with the push-up to mountain climber or flat on the back, driving the knee to the chest. So here we go. We are down to it. 3, 2, 1, push up to mountain climber. Those could be from the knees, from the feet, or that flat back variation. Either way here, drop into the knees, and then pop the knees up right into the mountain climber knee to chest. We got just 10 more seconds here until we're into our tricep dip. Almost, last one. Here we go. Flip the feet around, fingertips face forward, hips up. Just a tiny little dip is gonna be all it takes. Elbows straight back. We wanna feel the triceps here and also the front of the shoulders, but making sure not to put too much pressure on the front of those shoulders. Just enough to feel it, but not enough to feel any pain. Almost there to that bear plank. 3, 2, 1. Otherwise flat on the back, alternating arm and leg. But I'll be here up on my hands and feet, touching my opposite hand to the opposite foot. Super slow on this one. Definitely challenging on the balance. Taking your time. On both movements, actually taking our time. There we go. We got 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Into the no push-up burpee. I'm gonna step back. Feel free to jump it up and jump it down. Awesome there. Yes, stand that chest tall. We have just 15 seconds. Try to push a little extra harder for the last 2 rounds here. Home stretch. 1 last rep. And time. All right, definitely feeling those there. We got 1 last round for the day. Feeling strong, feeling good. All right, 15 seconds. And we're into our final round, starting with the push-ups to mountain climber. Get it ready, best set of the day. 3, 2, 1. We are moving. Here we go, hips forward, push up, mountain climber, knees back down, and making sure that core is staying tight on both portions of this combination. Already halfway through, focusing on quality reps, mind to muscle connection. We're not thinking about what's coming up next. We're right here, right now. Last rep there, right into that tricep dip. Just appreciating this body pushing for us these 10 rounds. Being grateful, always grateful for this health. And even though this burns, it's hard, we're sweating, we know we're getting better because of it. Last 10 seconds here. I'm feeling these triceps too. I'm right down here with you. Almost. 3, 2, 1. Either alternating dead bug flat on the back or this super challenging bear hand to foot tap. If you need to, you can keep the hands and feet a little wider than you would during a normal bear plank. By widening that stance, you're gonna help keep your balance a little bit better. There we go. Try to keep those hips low though. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Final 30 of the day. No push-up burpee. All the way down into that high plank. Pick up the chest. Tall and proud, like you mean it. Almost there. Go work, go work. We got 15 seconds. Keep on pushing through. Last couple of reps. Let's get 2 more reps in here. Beautiful. Last one. And time. Outstanding there. We're going to take about 1 minute to cool it down. We'll do a quick little Q&A. So first, though, we'll do about a minute cool down. So right down the mat, we'll do a nice long lunge. Our focus here is on the front of the back hip and the glute of the front leg. You could push your knee out to the side. You could twist if you want to. Twisting towards the leg, whatever angle feels right for your body. We'll hang out here for about 10 more seconds. Rocking the knee back and forth. And switch it out. Other side here. Long stance. You can send the knee to the side, or you could keep it just nice and straight, whatever feels right. Perfect. We'll do just one more for the upper body, our puppy dog, which is almost like a child's pose, but we're gonna keep our butt high in the air, like when your dog stretches out. Puppy dog, not a downward dog. Little puppy. Reaching the fingertips in front, really opening up the chest. We did a lot for the chest and the shoulders today. So props to you guys for crushing that. All right, perfect there. Excellent, excellent work. I'm just gonna pause my music. We'll get into a little Q&A. So, one second here. All right. So one moment. Let's see. I think I can take you off of mute. All right. So just asked you to unmute there. If you could unmute yourself, Deb. Perfect. All right. So first, how was your workout? How are you feeling before and after?
Good, good. Good workout. You keep us thinking, you don't really, moving. So you're not like, oh my God.
Exactly. It's fun.
The changes. It's getting the mind thinking too. I like it.
Perfect. Exactly. And that's one thing I like to try to encourage. One thing that's nice about the follow along workouts is with training, like with anything, it's more than just the training. So anyone could follow a workout, but if you're thinking about that call you have later, or like how stressed you are, or like whatever you got on your to-do list for the day, using the workout, like we have talked about, is also like a good mental stress reliever. Like if we can take this 45 minutes to an hour, like just for ourselves, when you're in the middle of a burpee, you can't take that call anyway. So what's the point of thinking about it? So always really focusing on what's my body doing? How am I feeling? Oh, I'm feeling strong. Okay, that one felt good. Like, I love that movement. I was good at that one. Or, oh, that was challenging. Like, I can't wait to work on that. So just being super present. And even if you do have a crazy day, just by starting your day with a little stress relief and focusing on all of those things, it's a great mental stress relief as well. So great point there with all of those different things. And then even especially at the end, like during the cool down or the last set, you're like, oh, I gotta hop in the shower. It's like, no, you're in a shower in 10 minutes. Like, you're still here. So focusing on strengthening the mind as well as the body. So excellent there. And then any challenges this week or anything, any questions that came up that you're working through, anything new?
Like the stress, sometimes falling off the wagon, eating food that's, not on my plan, and then not beating myself up for it. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's all good too. And that actually, just the way you put that is already showing progress, like being like, okay, I didn't do perfect today. That's okay. And just kind of taking that as like a learning lesson. And one thing that with fitness that I think is a little bit of either a misconception, or people are just always very hard on themselves. Like, oh, I can't believe like I was doing so good. And then, oh my God, I had a cheeseburger and I ruined everything. It's like that all or nothing. It's like, no, you had one bad meal. Let's not turn it into a catastrophe, because you decide how the rest of that day or that weekend goes. So for example, and this actually used to happen to me too, I would have one bad meal like on a Friday. I'd be like, oh, well, weekend's over, like might as well just like have whatever, like I already ruined it. So just by having that mentality of like, okay, I may have made a mistake, or maybe I let myself slip a little, which is okay. Let's just jump right back into it. So I always say, that's done. We can't do anything about it now, so we'll keep moving forward. And with our progress too, it's never going to be this straight line of progress, whatever direction. It's always up and down, taking 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So all about enjoying the journey, and it never really ends anyways. And then I had, someone's question was pretty specific, so I'm not going to mention that one, but there was another portion of it. So I have a new client and she's doing fantastic this week, a one-on-one client, and literally her first week, she hasn't trained in maybe a year. She just had a baby, so which is fantastic. So we're super slowly like easing our way back in. And of course, with anyone, we all have different challenges. But that first week of training, maybe this is your first week with me, or you're watching this for the first time. That first week is always going to be the toughest week. And one thing that she mentioned, we checked in yesterday, was, you know, a couple of days she was like, man, like, this is really hard. Like, I really didn't feel like it. But she said her fiance was being like super supportive and encouraging. And this is like a small note that goes a long way, but it's so important, like, who we surround ourselves with. So whether that be a workout buddy, a friend, a coach like myself, just having at least one person who's like rooting for you in your corner is going to make all the difference. Like, no one can do this alone. Like, even I have 3 different coaches that I work with myself. So even coaches, these coaches, and just having either a significant other, a friend, just say, hey, like, you can do this. Like, just having that little extra support and knowing that you're not by yourself, like, you have support, you have those systems. So if anyone in the group at all is ever feeling that type of way, hopefully I'm on top of it enough that I got you guys, because I hope that, you know, I am your resource at all times. But just know you got coaches, and then hopefully someone in your life who maybe is doing the workouts with you, or is also trying to eat healthy with you. If your spouse is saying, let's get pizza, and you're like, I wanted to have a salmon tonight, that's not going to be very supportive to what you're trying to accomplish. So definitely make sure the people that you're surrounding you with are, number one, supportive. They're not energy drainers. They are helping support you, and vice versa. So that's really all I got for today. Off to a new month for September. Feeling really good about September. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like end of the summer. People are just getting back into like school and whatnot, even though it's different this year. But September always just feels like we're starting that like fall, we're crisp, like we're in it. So love September. And as always, if anyone has any questions, I'm an open book. So excellent work today, Deb. We'll be in touch, and I will see you on Monday, and everyone else, we're back Friday, 7:30. So thanks so much. I'll see you then.